the death rate in emergency rooms has gone up 13% in those hospitals.
Wow. Seriously?
Yeah. Okay, we are back.
I'm very excited about today. This is not just a new place for us. This is a new place for St. Louis.
For all of us.
Ozzy's Market down on Washington in what they call the downtown west area.
No relation to Ozzy Smith, right?
No relation to Ozzy
really?
Smith. In fact,
There's another Ozzy?
this Ozzy is not even spelled the same way. This is Ozzy, and it was named after the daughter of one of the 4 founders of the restaurant, Little Ozzy. And in fact, I don't know if the camera can pick this up, but their logo, I don't know, can you see this on any of the cameras? But their logo is this little girl holding a giant sandwich. She's dressed as a chef. That is, in fact, Ozzy.
I'm going to give you a light lettuce.
Yeah,
piece.
and in fact, Ozzy Colgan. So one of the owners is Casey Colgan, and that is his daughter. And from what I understand, as anybody would be thrilled, we've all wanted sandwiches named after ourselves. How cool would it be to be the girl in school letting all of her friends know
What is that?
that the restaurant was named after me? I'm the Ozzy.
How is Casey spelled?
Casey.
Never mind.
Traditional Casey. I'm going to take a bite.
Ozzy spelled O-Z-Z-Y?
Yeah. Ozzy. This is the chicken salad sandwich. We're starting with the cold sandwich because the hot sandwiches are in the oven as we speak.
I like chicken salad if done right.
Yeah, and this is just a very simple chicken salad. That's the whole theme of their place. It's one of these old school sort of
Simple,
grab and go cafes where they actually care about the food. So they care mostly about the convenience. You get a little breakfast there, get a little lunch there, no food after 2. But it's affordable. It's fresh, it's real, and it's good.
Have you looked at the?
I'm going to find
I know you haven't been there, but have you seen the pictures of the place?
I went online.
Aesthetically, it is really a cool looking place.
It is. They went with, I would call it almost mid-century.
Yeah, it's all like, I'll show you pictures. We should have them up.
Is it just one of the storefronts on Washington?
No.
I don't know.
They got a cool building. They describe it as the one Dutch-style building in an area otherwise French. You know the one?
You know that building.
Yeah, it's right on that corner.
Not in the heart of Washington, downtown. You know the building if you saw it.
But the inside, it's all done in 2 tones of green and white. And it looks clean. It's got a really good look to it.
Hasn't had time to get dirty.
Is there anybody down there to eat at this place?
Well, they have. There's a hotel nearby.
Is it west of Tucker?
Is it too far for SLU students?
It's a nice place.
No, it is. But is it,
show the camera.
Is it west of Tucker? Okay, but is that west of Tucker?
Maybe.
Well, we were talking about restaurants in general and how hard it is to really find something that the public wants, keep them interested, keep it profitable, and keep it in business.
Keep it consistent.
My arrogance has me convinced. I know I could have a restaurant that is phenomenally successful. I just know it. I'm probably wrong because I think there's more to it than just, well, I know there's more to it because that's really, we were just talking before this, that Peacemaker is maybe the most consistent restaurant I have ever been to anywhere. When you go there, the food is good. The food is very good. But more importantly, it is identical to the last time you ate there. And I think that's where a lot of restaurants fail. That is maybe the hardest thing to accomplish because you can have somebody have a great meal. The person next to them has a terrible meal, vice versa the next time they're there. And so they stop going and they stop recommending it.
This would be a great discussion to get a few restaurateurs in.
Yeah, it would be.
And say, we believe, maybe wrongly, that we could create a successful restaurant.
They would laugh at us in a second.
That's why I'd like to
because
hear what
think of
they
it
say.
like this. Let me ask you a question. Because this is what I think happens. You know how, like with the news on television, you see it depicted in movies and TV all the time, that there's this confrontation that goes on between the news and the sales division, because the sales division needs to sell advertising. They don't want to offend advertisers, but if the news has to run a story that might make a corporation look bad. It might compromise how they cover the story because they don't want to lose the ad revenue. I think in the restaurant world, those kind of conflicts happen between the guy who's running the books and needs to make sure that the restaurant's making a profit and the chef who wants to make sure that they're putting out a great quality product. And I'm guessing those like little arguments of compromise, that friction goes on constantly. This is how I want to prepare this. This is what I want to serve. And you got somebody in there saying, there's no margin in it. It's too expensive. You have to charge more. Or you can't use those ingredients. You got to use a different supplier. And then it compromises the quality. And then at some point, the friction between the business side and the food side, it just causes the thing to collapse under its own weight.
Not in the same business, but along the lines of what you're talking about. I read something. It's been in the news, I don't know, lately, that hospital systems, this is really one of the most upsetting things I've read in a long time. It's such an indictment of this country and capitalism.
Probably human beings more than
hospital systems that have been purchased by private equity in this country.
Sure.
The death rate in emergency rooms has gone up 13% in those hospitals.
Wow. Seriously?
Yeah.
Now, why isn't that the lead story on the news?
Is that surprising to anybody?
No.
I mean,
That's a big percentage.
I'll tell you what's surprising, since private equity probably owns most of the news sources, is that it ever saw the light of day.
And what is the latest trend that we've all heard about in the law? Just that trend.
What, private equity?
Private equity buying law firms.
Well, private equity is buying everything.
Right.
And this is what they do.
And what they do, it's all run by the accountants.
Right.
You know, if we can cut a few, I mean, it's a terrible, this is one of the indictments of capitalism.
And there's no way for us collectively as a people to organize and do anything about it. What do we do about that? We see that it's going to drive everything right off the side of a cliff.
You know what? The problem is not what do we do about it. The problem is that we are too stupid because we allow politicians. I mean, this is exactly what politics are about, dividing us in areas that really don't affect most of our lives so that we ignore what's happening in hospital systems because of private equity and things that actually impact our lives because we're too busy getting roped into arguments that affect nothing. One you know.
Right. We're talking about what toilet somebody can use, and what we really should be talking about is the fact that there's a 13% increase in the death rate in emergency rooms since private equity has taken over those hospital systems.
That one of the leading causes of death in the United States is medical error. I mean, those types of things never see the light of day, or our health insurance, or childhood poverty. I mean, that's the frustrating thing about politics is it feels like you could come up with 5 issues that really impact almost everyone you know or someone they know, 1 degree of separation. Yes. And you could come up with 5 issues that almost everyone in the country would agree upon and make real change.
Right. And then I'll tell you one right out of the gate are the internet scams and phone scams.
Yeah.
Everybody is getting scammed left and right. Okay. I don't think she'd mind me sharing this. I went down and saw my aunt down in Florida. I was down there for a wedding. I saw my aunt. She broke up. Wait, this is the Italian combo?
Yeah, is that what it is?
Yes.
It's really good.
All right. So just so you know, the Italian combo has got ham, salami.
Is that...
am I not reading the ingredient list?
No, I'm just thinking of a particular taste.
Salami, provolone, mixed green, pepperoncinis on their house focaccia bread.
Yeah.
And they're all about the bread, by the way. That's their big thing.
Go figure.
There.
A sandwich place that thinks the bread is important.
Now, Terry, you were saying you thought it tasted like something?
No, I think it's the pepperoni.
Oh, you love pepperoni.
That's the familiar flavor.
Okay. What was I saying? What was I saying?
Your aunt got scammed.
Okay. My aunt. So I see her down in Florida.
How old is she roughly?
What? Okay. I haven't tasted it yet. Hold on a second. They want me to take a bite of the sandwich and grate it before I can tell you about my aunt.
I'm going to give it a solid B. Only, and this isn't fair, focaccia is not my favorite bread. There's a good focaccia bread as they go.
I give that sandwich, for me, that's an A, because I would order that and eat that on a regular basis. But I mean, it's a classic Italian combo.
Yeah.
I just thought the dressing on it was particularly good.
So your aunt got scammed. What happened?
Wait, we haven't gotten his rating.
Terry, what do you want?
B plus.
He gave it a thumbs
Okay,
up. B plus. So my aunt, I say to her, I said, what happened? Where's your boyfriend? I broke up with him. What happened? She said, I got to tell you the story. So this is what happened. And these are, they're older people, but they're not idiots. Like, my aunt never would have fallen for this. She's as sharp as a tack. She dumped him over this. She dumped him for his stupidity, for him being gullible. So he gets one of those emails, and not quite the Nigerian prince thing, but close. Basically, some opportunity that if he invests $50,000, he has a chance to get $750,000 in a very short period of time. He doesn't mention it to her at all. Fleeces basically all of his money because he's not a wealthy guy. Fleeces it and actually does this. Sends them $50,000. Okay. Then, good news. He gets a thing. Couple weeks later, good news. You've got your $750,000. All you have to do is pay this the taxes on it before we can release it to you. You got to send us a $30,000 tax charge, surcharge, whatever it was, to release it. And he's still buying this. He's not recognized. Who in their right mind? Why would you have to prepay that? Why wouldn't they just take it off the top and send the rest? No, he's still
a frightening amount of people, older people.
He still fell. So what happens? He goes and tries to borrow the money from people. At this point, she finds out about it. And of course, as you can imagine, how can you be so stupid, so gullible, and everything that goes with it? And she said, "Pack up your stuff and get out." She was living with her.
That's a little cruel.
You know what? My
suspect
aunt does not suffer fools.
I suspect this was not the first problem in the relationship,
I cannot speak to that.
but you can guess.
You know,
This
honestly,
feels like the last straw to me.
let's say this: it doesn't
Not the
feel like
first.
it doesn't feel like love.
No.
I think that much we can agree on. But not just those scams.
How many nights did he sleep there after she said no? Like,
0.
he was out that day.
Pack
He's
it up
all
and head out.
business.
I'm telling you, that's my aunt. She doesn't suffer fools. But in all seriousness, how can anybody not think that what's going on with AI online right now is the single greatest threat to the human race, particularly American consumers, and particularly our money, which can be fleeced? You can get phone calls. We've talked about this. It sounds like your child. They have your child's voice. They have information. They say they're in a desperate situation. They need money immediately. And people, this are happening. You're seeing advertisements on the internet now where you think Brad Pitt is selling hair care products. That's not Brad Pitt. They took his image, they took his voice, and it looks really good. And the technology is getting so good. It's like the lawsuits can't possibly come fast enough. They can't be adjudicated quickly enough. And the government should be stepping in with experts, ethicists, and developing policy and law, and they are doing zero. They are too busy figuring out if somebody should be able to use a toilet in North Carolina. Then we're all going to get fleeced. And let me tell you, one day you're all going to wake up. We're all going to check our bank accounts, and they're all going to say 0, because we're on the brink of people being able to hack that want to just create chaos and terror. And the next wave of terrorism will be cyber terrorism. And what are you going to do then when you wake up and everything you've accumulated, which you can't prove, it's all on computer? It's just a digit on a computer. And as soon as that's wiped, what will everybody do then? And this threat is there, and we are doing nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing. Like 0.
AI, if you're really being honest with yourself, and you're forced to sit down and say, if you have to be scared about something, right? If there truly is a threat to you and your family, what is the biggest threat that faces everyone? I think AI is by far.
The biggest threat is you're going to wake up and your money is going to be gone, and you're not even going to know who to call. You'll make a phone call, and who are you going to get? A computer, an AI computer that's not going to know what to do.
It really is scary. And I think the problem with it is it's starting so innocent and cute and funny and little stupid videos, and we're all falling for it. It's really scary. It really makes me very uncomfortable that we have not distorted reality. We have ended reality.
Yeah.
Nothing is real. Nothing is what it seems anymore, because it doesn't take an expert. You or I could create that video of Brad Pitt or of your son in 5 minutes while we sit here.
It is terrifying. And why this is not on everybody's mind all the time is beyond me. I don't understand. It is like watching the movie Superman, the first one, the good one, and having an entire planet of people oblivious to the fact that their entire planet is going to explode. And they're just sitting there convincing themselves that they're merely shifting orbits.
Well, the problem we have is, in order to pass laws to protect us from these things, you need politicians who aren't being bribed by the very people who are creating these things. I mean, AI is really the darling. Yeah, this is really good. Can you tell me about this sandwich?
What is it?
They call this sandwich chopped cheese, despite the fact that
That's cheese?
well, no, it's ground beef, but it also has American cheese, lettuce, tomato jam on a hoagie roll. And I think it's that tomato jam that's making this thing sing, because this thing is singing.
Do you believe AI is a greater threat than an object from space hitting the Earth?
Yes.
A new sort of virus that instead of killing 2% kills 40%?
Yes.
Well,
I'm
only
not
because I
saying
know
you're wrong.
only because the AI is here and it's already happening.
The rest is speculation.
Although these things are
you talking about AI Atlas or whatever it's called? You worried about that?
I'm not worried about that, but I am worried about...
Wait, what's AI Atlas?
That's this big interstellar...
How does a guy that seems to be so plugged in...
It's only the second time, right? Third time that an object... You describe it, because you're much better with space stuff.
It's the third object that they have discovered that originates from outside the solar system. This is an interstellar object. In other words, it was created someplace way away, and it has traveled for millions of years, most likely. Or
where does it derive the name from? Why is that AI?
That's
how they name stars.
It's not AI in the AI.
Yeah.
It's just a classification that they name objects.
Gotcha.
So that's the setup. It is behaving very unusual for a natural object. And they have all these like Harvard people, or you always see somebody every day with some criticism of it being natural, and it could only be a non-natural object, not man-made, because it's
an alien.
See, now my brother, if he were here, he would probably know every detail about it. He's obsessed with aliens.
Oh, so is my wife.
He watches all of that. So is my aunt.
So I'll tell you this.
Same aunt, by the way.
Do you know what Polymarket is? Polymarket. You know what Polymarket is?
No.
Polymarket is, and there are a couple of these sites, they're betting sites essentially, where you can bet on anything. And they predicted the last election. I mean, they really
So you know what? I just
things.
read all about it. I downloaded it on my phone. And apparently it's spectacularly accurate.
Yes. Now, part of the reason it's accurate is because I think there's this theory, well, not theory, like if you have... They've taken things, and I always wanted to do this actually, and we should this summer. You get a cow, and you put it in a big crowd of people, and you have
a real cow.
A real cow. You have tens of thousands of people. You do it at a festival, guessing the weight of the cow. Most people are, everyone's off, everyone's, wrong. Some people guess way high, way low. But when you average all of the guesses of tens of thousands of people, they come remarkably close to the actual weight of the cow. So I think that's sort of the Polymarket theory, is when you have all these people guessing on these things, that's one aspect. The other aspect is you have like, and this is where I was going with my original question, you have insiders who have inside information.
You mean like a farmer?
Who are trading on it. Well, no. So in this instance, there was one of the Polymarket, it was like, you either buy shares in yes or no, generally. And
so it's a
like a binary.
Binary thing.
Yeah. So this one was, will Trump declassify the UFO files before the end of 2025? Up until like 4 days ago, it was like 96% no. About 3 days ago, it went to like 86% yes. And so the markets have been
just adjusted.
At one point, it was like 96% yes, right?
How does it work? Let's say
it's people buying shares of stock, and as people buy yes or no, it changes the odds.
Yes or no.
Right.
Yeah.
That's it.
And then how does it end?
When the thing happens.
That's right.
Is there a payoff?
When it happens.
It's because people have bought and sold shares. Now,
everything will be
that's
known.
not also true.
But is it always pretty much a 1-to-1 bet?
So wait, no, because listen, you could buy shares of no today, right? And the no value goes up tomorrow. You can then sell.
Oh,
it's sort of like stocks.
Yeah,
so you send them this money.
Yeah.
Just like
it's like the stock market.
His aunt's husband.
It's like a stock market, except it's legit.
It's well established. And
anyway,
right, but I'm sure the guys.
In fact, I'll tell you, as of now,
that stuff if it's legitimate.
No, but this is much bigger. I mean, they've.
So did you buy anything?
I have not, because
I haven't.
I'm assuming that people who are on the inside and know that something's going to be released are betting yes. There have been a bunch of situations where people.
So there's nothing.
It's like insider trading.
There's nothing to screen me from getting into a deal that's not a legitimate opinion poll.
Right. And you can bet on. Here, let me see. Let's see where it is. Polymarket, Trump. Oh wait, no, this one's by 2027.
Now I think we have one sandwich left, just the meatball sandwich. It's teasing me from the oven. I don't know if it's hot yet. I really did enjoy that chopped cheese very much.
Can you propose a thing to them?
Let's see. This is saying, It seems like they ended this. Wait, something. They're saying he already did. I don't know. Something.
The only thing that would have ended it would have been him releasing them.
That's what they're saying. That it's disputed or something. Something happened with this one.
I trust nothing. I think that's the lesson in all of this is trust nothing.
Sad.
It is sad.
Because I don't see.
Let me tell you what's even sad.
How a society survives.
It can't survive. Let me tell you what's sad. The only saving grace any of us have in this miserable bleeping world right now are cute animal videos on the internet. Like, that's the only thing consistently bringing us smiling, restoring our faith, making us feel okay. But now, even those are so AI that you think you're seeing a wonder of the world, and then you look closer and you'll see on there that it was AI created. And no, that cat is not on that alligator's back, or no, that animal did not come up and leave a cookie on the doorstep.
Although when you see a fat lady, our man, run up to a porch and grab a package.
Oh, God, you love those.
I love them too. I do. I love them too. Porch pirate videos.
I love the one that in the explosion, because they've gotten much better. The explosion have gotten much bigger.
Colorful, wet.
You'll see a shoe.
You know,
they have, because here was the problem with the first round of AI videos on that. If they were doing them correctly, and we're talking about, people take a package and they're going back to their car and it blows up with blue or red or some colored liquid or powder. But on the first round of them, they never screamed, "What the blank," immediately after every explosion, which if they were real humans and a real accurate thing, it would have been like saying ouch and stubbing your toe. You would have immediately say, what the?
But now these explosions are so big that you think, I'm surprised they were
alive.
Killed. Yeah.
Well, the second round started throwing in the exclamations. The what the this and the holy with this.
Why would you do that? I'm calling the police. Some guy.
Indignant, I know.
Great.
I think they're hilarious.
They are, but it's still problematic. Those are the ones that are most problematic. Are the ones that, and for a while you thought these were real.
The first ones, I thought they might.
And that's the problem when they look.
Well, they have. Listen, because they have done those. Like the ones he said weren't real, but they have done those. That's what inspired the creation of the fake ones. The fake ones are just so much more entertaining.
Yeah, it's troubling when
You know what?
They all are. Have you seen the one what they do with people trying to steal a bicycle?
Yeah.
And they have the spike that comes up out of the seat.
oh, wait, have you seen the ones where somebody like
Oh my God,
steals
this looks good.
a
Hold on.
backpack or a bicycle? These are terrible. These aren't AI. They'll have a backpack,
Oh
right?
yeah. Mm-hmm.
And it's tied to like a telephone pole, and they'll just leave it down there, and somebody will put it on. And then the person who set it up will start chasing the person saying, hey, that's my backpack. So they start sprinting. They're going at full speed. And then the rope catches and they are just whipped to the ground. Or sometimes they'll do it.
You know that's not AI.
Because those predate all the AI stuff. Or they'll, even worse, they'll do it with a bicycle. And these people are
spicy.
hurt
That's a
really
spicy
badly.
meatball. Yeah. Have you seen the same thing with the purses? But this is, to me, is entrapment. Person says, and they'll do it to somebody who, you know, they should be helping these people, not setting them up to look foolish. But regardless, they'll say, can you watch my bag for a minute? I have to run in real quick. And they'll say, sure. And then, of course, they're there with the bag. They get tempted. Now, they haven't actually taken anything. They're just going to look inside the bag, and I get it. Why are they looking inside the bag? They don't have a right. They're probably looking to see if there's anything worth taking. But regardless, the second they open it, the damn thing explodes. Legitimately, not AI, all over them. Now, how do you feel about that? Is that entrapment?
I mean, no, but it's not entrapment, and you're one for technical definitions.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm
but it's
asking you.
wrong.
But don't do that with people.
Right.
What about those gold digger videos? Do you like those?
No, I like this meatball, though.
This is spicy. It's delicious, but
Really?
it's got a little spice to it.
I really don't.
You're not getting that?
No, I have a very... I don't taste spice unless it's spicy. And this is minimally... Like, this is the kind of thing I'd serve to, like, my kid who doesn't like spice, and they'd be mad at me because I can't sense it. But it's delicious.
It's house-made meatballs with tomato sauce, provolone on a baguette. Hot and delicious. And they only... I think it's worth mentioning, too. Their prices. They pride themselves on the fact that you can get a sandwich, side, a drink, anything on the menu and be out the door under $20. That looks about accurate here.
Which, you know what? It's crazy that that's now considered a great deal. And it is.
It is. I know.
Everything's gotten so expensive. Do you...
I give that meatball a B+.
You know, Jen, I was just asked about our Spotify. Yeah, I will too. Our Spotify Wrapped. Unfortunately, I switched away from Spotify this year to Apple Music. But I did get from my house alarm a Vivint Wrapped and it's like, you opened your front door 9,900 times, and you... Like, who the hell cares? You got more packages than anyone else in your zip code. Now, that's not true, but it would be funny.
Are you sure it's not true?
Oh, I think it is true, but it did not come from the alarm company.
Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of fun. They give you all these year-end stats. All the different apps now are doing it, telling you all the things you did. Does your? Wait, I got a new health app. Have you seen this product? It's called Panther. I'll give them a little plug. Because it's really no different than an Oura Ring. It does what all these other...
Is that the watch you're wearing? Or what?
It's not a watch. It's like, what do they call those step devices?
Pedometer.
Yeah, like that, but all the health information. I don't know what is the category
Wait, that's
of those
not
called?
a Whoop?
No.
So what?
But it's same idea.
Wait,
I mean,
what would it give you besides?
Wow, it looks very
it's not
much
that
like
it's,
a Whoop.
you know, let me tell you, it gives you the same thing everybody else gives you. Let me tell you what makes this one great. It's the first, because it's like the third or fourth different style of health monitoring device I've tried. The battery power. All the other places lie and they say, oh, you only have to charge it every 3-4 days, 5 days, like Oura Ring, Apple Watch. They're full of crap. They last a day or two.
You should get a battery.
This one here, 5 nights already of 24/7 monitoring. I started off at 86% on the battery, and it's only at 30% now, and that's at 5 nights, and it's only used 56% of the battery.
Does it have a wireless charger?
No.
The Whoop is actually, it looks very similar, but what the Whoop does, I
actually ordered a Whoop. It hasn't come yet.
I ordered it, and I wore it for a week, and I hated it and sent it back because,
Really?
well, it just, the Oura Ring gives me everything I want, and it's just so.
What does it give you? Because I don't have one of these devices.
I'll tell you. I like to track my steps. Now, the iPhone does that, but you don't always have your phone on you, and I don't think it's quite as accurate.
Well, I wear
so
a
steps,
pedometer,
yeah. And then the other thing is it gives you the sleep score, and
That's
the
what I really
steps
do it for.
are the two things that are the biggest data points for me.
What do you do with that information?
Well, a couple of things. Number one, it makes you more. I think the biggest thing is it makes you more
aware.
conscious
It's the
and
awareness.
mindful of your sleep to make sure you're getting.
Yeah,
well,
but what would you do?
Well, no,
Go to sleep earlier?
listen, I have an answer. I have an actual answer to your question to make you very happy, because a lot of times people ask questions. There
It'll
are no
change your
answers.
behavior.
I did. What I did was, when I was monitoring my sleep back when I had the Aura, I was getting, 5-6 hours a night. They tell you how much deep, how much light, how much REM. It wasn't impressive. I was waking up a lot. So I'm like, this is not acceptable. I got to improve the quality of my sleep. Talked to my doctor, changed some lifestyle habits, started incorporating some THC at bedtime. And if I pulled out my phone right now to show you the quality of sleep that I got, for example, last night,
embarrassed.
you'd be shocked.
It's an embarrassment of riches.
It was. I got 8 hours and 47 minutes of sleep.
Do you want to see if you can get further away from the microphone?
It's because he had a clear and eating
path.
path.
You can't even do it without knocking your drink into your lap.
I'm sorry. I'm in a bad
tough. It's
position.
a tough-
The
it's a
Whoop,
tough spot.
It's got a little brick that
set
you
me up to
charge,
fail
right?
here.
And then, so you can take this little brick that's a battery, and then you just clip it onto the Aura. So like when you travel, you don't have to bring something to plug it in.
Oh, I
It's
like
got
that.
a battery that just piggybacks onto
Why
it.
don't they just use batteries?
They do.
I have a.
Wait, they
this
do
thing-
use
No, but he means what's wrong with the
the
battery that lasts 6 months and then
Yeah,
6 months
and then
later
you
you get
don't
another
have to-
battery?
yeah.
Guys, you think people remember that we're not just guys eating sandwiches, but we're actually a law firm that handles injury cases?
You think the podcast has gotten so big, they forgot about our roots.
Have they forgotten about this man, 45 years on the television, telling people that we don't get paid unless you get paid? Do you think they know that?
Tell them.
We don't get paid if you don't get paid.
There you go. You've been hurt? Call us. Now back to the podcast.
You know what? I have this thing on my.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why
and
don't
it
they?
lasts 2 or 3 years.
Yeah, why
Because
don't
it
they?
does it because it's the matter of the more functions you have, the more power intensive they are, and it's not that
That's counting steps nonstop every time he takes a step.
but it's not doing like there are lights that are constantly monitoring your heart rate, and I mean
Well, but
there's
what
just
is
a
it?
lot
You get
more.
heart rate.
It's just more
You get stress level. You get your blood oxygen level.
CPU, more processing power, just as battery intensive.
You get your what is the heart rate
this?
variability? What exactly is HRV? That's on every
don't
one of these
totally
things.
know.
Everyone tells
So
me that
that's
my number
no
stinks,
good.
but nobody tells me what the number
about-
means.
You can't get blood pressure with it, right?
You can. Mine has blood pressure.
So
How accurate is it?
I had a physical this morning and it was right on.
here's what you have to do. I don't
was
know
there.
about that, but with the Whoop, the way the blood pressure is not monitored traditionally, you have to calibrate it. You have to have your blood pressure taken traditionally, and then at the same time you enter it into there, so it sort of calibrates, and then it's reading God knows what. It's a blood pressure estimation. In fact, the FDA shut it down because the Whoop was calling itself a medical device or medical caliber
So
or whatever.
in other words, it's not trustworthy enough to be categorized that way.
Correct. It's not.
What about
it's-
blood sugar? Does it?
No, you can't do that from that. Not
Although
from that
I do
device.
think there are devices
Yeah,
that
I
are
think
possible.
that-
I think it's getting
I
there.
would see at that point maybe. But do you? What do you use it apparently mainly for your sleep?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was.
I use it for
nothing
the steps, but all it does is embarrass me on a daily basis.
Nothing it does.
Do you?
You would hate
Do
it
you
because there's
wake
no
up at
screen.
night? Do you get up and go to the bathroom?
I did last night, and it was I was awake during the night for 14 minutes total, and that was it. Other than that, I slept 8 hours and 47 minutes.
How does it know? Is it by movement?
Yeah.
Movement
So in other
and
words,
heart rate.
When you don't, so it can tell if you're asleep. I wonder how
It knows if
accurate
you're
that
in
is.
deep sleep,
It is. It's
light
accurate.
sleep, or
Yeah.
REM sleep.
Does
And then it
know
gives you
if
could see the
you're-
cycles.
Does it know if you've been bad or good?
It does in terms of sleep,
I think so.
but it's not a Santa Claus device.
speaking
Good
of
for goodness
goodness
sake.
sake.
Speaking of health, I have on my notes
That's a
here.
charming, Stephen, mark that. That's a charming little tidbit.
Oh, yeah. Do we have any update on your Chagas disease? Did you ever get tested?
No, but you notice it cleared up completely
What
now.
is
You just
Chagas?
know.
What
That
is
means
Chagas?
you're in the second phase.
I'm in second phase.
boy.
It means I'll be dead in 2 months, Terry.
No, God forbid.
God
what is-
forbid, but
it's
me
some-
saying it isn't
what
going to
is-
make it so.
some
No,
disease
but maybe me.
that's caused by
he
some
knows more
bug
about
bite.
it.
And one of the telltale signs
Yeah.
is like your eye just like blows up.
Oh,
And you remember mine
yeah,
blew up
yeah,
this
yeah.
summer?
Yeah. And I am
was terrible.
concerned that
I
once that
endured.
goes, it's latent, but it may be a parasite or something. I don't remember, but it gets to your heart and can cause real heart failure. And he won't get tested.
Well,
and I'm
and the
concerned.
weird is I was with Katzman all morning today. I could have asked him that, but
Yeah.
I was getting my whole thing done
Yeah.
and
Wait,
whatever.
where did you go?
To the new building. Personal physicians, they now moved down onto Old Cabin.
Oh, you haven't been there?
we go
It's
to the
beautiful.
same doctor.
Yeah.
Oh, let me
no,
tell
not
you.
same doctor, same.
Their new,
same
let me-
practice.
You're going to love it. Their new offices.
I've been there.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
very
it's
nice.
nice.
They did a nice job with that
paying him
place.
too much.
What do you pay him? 20? Well,
$2,600 a year.
No, I don't think we
whatever,
should
or
disclose that.
$3,000.
you know what? It's interesting.
I know these doctors you pay them privately.
I
and-
woke up like 10 days ago. And when I say the things that came out, I like a cold.
Stephen, mark this. Do not clip
mark
it.
this for
let me
deletion.
tell you, it was a rainbow of sick
God.
colors. And I called my doctor out there, Dr. Scott Gresh, one of the finest physicians in the world. And I had a antibiotic within an hour. I just called him on his cell phone. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
it's
a
a
lot of
great
money,
system.
but boy, I'll tell you.
Now, Andy and I,
you get what you
we
pay
both
for.
use the same exact
Yeah.
doctor. You're in the same practice, different doctor.
Katzman, you
And
do you-
my wife has another doctor in the practice.
Yeah. Now,
a woman?
let me ask you this: you've had a prostate exam from Katzman,
Yeah.
and I've had a prostate exam from Katzman.
okay,
Yeah.
mark this too.
Does that feel odd to you at all that there's another man in this universe that's had his finger in both of our behinds?
Last time my blood work was so good, he said, I got a pass. Now, along the same lines,
What
and
do
I'm
you
sure
mean
I've
you don't
said,
have to have it next year?
no. I
By
just
contrast, the
didn't need
last time I was there, he insisted on using all 10 fingers.
That's right.
So he went the other way.
It's funny. That's along the same lines of I always talk to people. I have a friend who is a dermatologist who I knew as a doctor before as a friend, and he is arguably the only person on earth who has seen myself, my wife, and my father all naked.
Yeah.
Well, and me.
You know what? You know what they
You've
get
never
you
seen
with?
Millen?
No, I've seen Steph and you and your father all naked.
No way.
Oh.
No, I'm just
You know-
kidding.
you know
Not
what-
Steph.
You know what's interesting?
Sadly, of the three, Steph would have been the nice one.
When you're standing up looking at that
These
wall,
two I've gotten.
when they're doing that, and you feel both their hands on your shoulder, and
There you go.
it's
All right, I think we
Listen.
need to move on.
You know what's
Need to
weird
move
though?
on.
You
Come
would
on,
you
let's
would
hear a
think
little laugh
you would
from the
think if he was
gallery.
going to stick his finger in your butt,
I
you'd
think we
want to
gotta
put the
move on.
lights up in the room to see better.
Really
My
gotta
guy
move on.
turned the lights down,
And
lit
played a
a
little
candle, and
music,
put the
yeah.
music on.
Really gotta
Is
move
that
on.
normal? I thought I was just getting the concierge level treatment.
And why did he have hot sauce?
in a G-rated,
that was weird.
Anyway,
G-rated comment. Isn't it amazing how time flies in between rectal exams?
oh God. Anyway, Taylor Swift
True words have never
or
been
Travis
spoken.
Kelce again. If either of you are seeing this, hopefully not the last segment, please just say I'm here. Make a comment. We would love to know that you are out there and you know who it is. I think people would go crazy, and we would appreciate it. And
That would be
if there's
amazing. Let's
ever
not limit it
anything
to
we
them.
can do for
we
you,
have a lot of notable St. Louis and Kansas City people that might see this, might stumble on it.
If you're famous, just
Well, Nikki
comment.
Glazer.
Oh, Nikki
We run into
Glazer.
her.
Why isn't
She has to be familiar with
she
us.
on this?
Why isn't she on this? More importantly, and no offense, Nikki, why aren't your parents on this? What
You know
lovely
what? Honestly,
people.
let's bring them on. Forget Nikki Glazer. Everybody hears from them a million
Our
times.
parents love me.
Let's bring her parents on.
I think they probably
We
ask
met them.
about
We
me
were at
all the
that
time.
fundraiser with them last year.
Yeah, oh,
They
they're
were
lovely
delightful.
people. Yeah,
Delightful
they really
people.
are.
She did a private show. I'm going to mention this. I'm going to say something positive. Because people like to know, are these people nice people when they're not on screen? And we met her at a fundraiser. You had met her a couple times before. She was as nice as can be. But she also did a private personal injury lawyer event. And she, of course, she was going to do an hour of her regular stuff. But man, was she prepared. She came, and for the first 15 minutes. She had freshly written jokes, ripping on personal injury lawyers, did the first 10 minutes on it, and I just appreciated that level of attention.
I like
Have
her.
you ever tried to write a joke?
No, I don't sit trying to write jokes. No.
No, I know you don't.
Yeah.
But I have been asked on occasion over the years to do, like I was asked to do a MC a big event. And I'll tell you, while I think I have a decent sense of humor.
You have a great sense of
But
humor.
it's hard to just like take a topic and write a joke.
I can't do that at all. How they do
That's
that.
a different, it's a different
It's a skill you
No,
develop.
it really is.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't have it at all.
You know,
Let's have a contest. Let's each write a joke.
Okay.
I mean, I've won 2 Emmys for writing comedy, but I don't write jokes.
I think that's actually a great idea. Let's
true.
each
You
write
can
a
laugh,
joke
but it is true.
for the next podcast. Do we want to limit ourselves to topics, or any joke you can write on any topic as long as it is all original? Now let's make it a topic.
You have to write. That's the goal, is to write one singular joke.
Yeah.
Yes.
And maybe we'll have the people decide.
That's kind of a fun challenge. I've never done
Let's
that before.
think. What's a good topic?
No.
Oh, don't pick a
Topics.
topic. It's hard
Just
enough to write a joke.
Yeah, the best.
Just
joke.
write a
Clean.
joke.
Just keep it clean.
Well, cleanish.
Cleanish. Like enough that we could air it.
Air it for who?
Well, air it that we could put it out and not have it make
people looking at us.
All it takes is one person to create a stink. You know, we don't need millions of haters. We just need one good hater.
Yeah.
That's the sad reality of where we are in the
Take
world.
that. We'll take that. Are there any Nazis out there?
Oh,
who would
Jesus, you too. How do you have a show? How do we do this?
Please. We could, come on.
Oh, you know what I discovered? And my friend has been bothering me about this for years, and I finally did it.
is
And I
your
think this
fri-
will appeal to you.
Is your friend a person or something like?
Person.
Yeah, okay.
No, this is easy. I wear T-shirts almost every day, and it's hard to find a good plain T-shirt. You know what I mean?
Okay.
No, because you like a different weight,
Yeah.
No,
right?
The
no,
weight,
for,
the cut.
For most of humanity,
No.
that's not
No.
a real.
So you're
tough
Talk to
saying
me, I like a good
wait, you're
T-shirt.
saying that you don't find some T-shirts the cut better than others. Some are too thin, some are too heavy.
Yeah, but I live with it. You know what I mean?
Right, but you don't have to. Is the point?
No,
So if
no,
you
okay.
found one
No,
that
no.
you like,
I'm just
there is a
teasing you,
brand,
but we're
Comfort
very-
Colors. They're like $10
Yeah.
each, right?
Yeah.
And they fit right.
I mean,
They're
I
a
like,
nice
I
weight.
like
And
the weight of the neckline on
it's
that.
great.
It's much
And the
nicer
beauty
than
is,
yours.
when it starts to fade.
Why did I deserve an insult?
No, because I'm trying to
Well,
encourage you to maybe
it's
move
the-
to something better, and
for
you'll
what-
enjoy,
for
so
what
that you'd be
reason?
happier.
Hold on.
I'm
I want you to be
thrilled.
happy.
What happened to where we started?
I want you to bathe in luxury
Just-
for $10.
Just saying that you have bacon collar is not offensive. It's just factual.
Wait,
it's
bacon
not,
collar?
Yeah, you
Yeah,
know,
it
it
looks
looks
like a strip of bacon. It's not laying nice and
Oh,
flat.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear it.
Like, yeah, look at his collar.
Do you iron
his collar.
your T-shirt?
No, I don't
He doesn't
iron
have to because
anything.
he's buying these for
No.
$10 a piece.
That's right.
And they're holding
You get a
up.
stain on your white T-shirt? Who cares? Amazon. It'll be there this afternoon.
$10 for
For a
how many
T-shirt?
T-shirts?
Oh, just one.
per shirt.
You know, we got a closet over there, not 50 feet
Yeah.
from where I sit, that has all the T-shirts you could
That's
ever
true.
want.
Did
We
you
spend
see-
more on those.
This is-
They all say Brown and Crouppen on them.
This is something I've been wanting to
isn't
talk
it terrible
about.
when you go out of town and nobody has your name on their shirts?
They don't rate that.
Yeah,
It
it's
doesn't bother me as much as I know
you-
it bothers you.
Kills me.
Did you see? This was an amazing thing for a variety of reasons. Michael Dell and his wife
Oh yeah.
gave away
$6 million.
$6.25 billion dollars,
Billion
not million.
Well, you got to
billion
have a
with
lot
a B,
of billions
right?
to give away.
And it was. Do you know where it went? Do you know these Trump accounts? Basically, Trump created these accounts, I think, in the Big Beautiful Bill,
for babies.
where every baby born between like 2025 and 2028 is going to get a Trump account with $1,000 in it. I don't know why. And Michael Dell and his wife said, we are going to donate $6.25 billion with a B, and we're going to put $250 in 250,000 Trump accounts. First, I cannot imagine a less effective use of almost $6.5 billion. It will literally not change one person's life in any meaningful fashion.
You know who else's life it's not going to change one bit?
Mine?
Michael Dell.
Yeah, but let me tell you something.
Correct.
Let me tell you, that would be the equivalent of saying, what are you going to do when you win the Powerball? I'm giving everybody their $2 back.
Yeah.
And then what do we have? Nothing. That's what you get for that. That's the equivalent of that.
It is the biggest waste.
I won the Powerball and I want to share it. Everybody who bought a ticket, I'm giving them back their $2.
But you're missing the whole point. What do you think it's worth to Michael Dell? Do you think Michael Dell is giving away $6 billion without some hope
that
he's
getting
going to
something
get
back from Trump? Of course.
Back?
Well,
of course.
I think
Government
absolutely
contracts.
There's something. Now, I also read that there's something about it where it's very difficult to give away that much money when you do want to give away money.
I know.
And this says there's some
problems. These poor billionaires.
No, I know, but there's something about something that was created. Maybe it is the Trump accounts themselves, but some new change in the law accompanying this, where they said the reason he did it is because normally there's a massive amount of administrative expense with giving away that much money to that many people, probably millions and millions of dollars, right? But instead he just writes a check to the government and all of the administration is taken on by the government. All of that being said, the hysterical part about the whole thing is that no one was talking about the money or what he did. Everyone's focus was on how insane his wife looks.
Oh, really?
Did you see the picture?
No, I haven't seen it. What does she look like?
Well, first it looks like she's had an enormous amount of plastic surgery, but that's not even the problem. It looks as though she had her upper eyelids removed. During the introduction,
she's looking very surprised.
No.
Oh, wait, it's like Cash Patel.
That's exactly.
No.
I hate to say, but that's the first thought that came to my head when he did that. Isn't that terrible?
Cash Patel's eyes.
Let's see a picture.
Yeah, but you got to bring up this picture.
I need
and listen, we don't make fun of people and we don't judge people for their appearance. But that doesn't mean we can't note it.
No, we're just reporting the news.
When did we stop?
What? The we
when
didn't
was that
include
new
you.
Policy
the we was just
come
Andy
into
and I.
effect? I'm sorry.
It's better to see the video, but I'll give you a still image.
Wow.
What's really
that's a person who's had a lot of work done.
Well, and what it is,
I would say that's a person. There's got to be something, because you know what kind of wife you could have for $6 billion.
Oh, let's not do that.
Jesus Christ!
You know what? I don't
the
really
thoughts
care.
and views expressed during the show are not necessarily reflective of the firm or its members.
For Stephen's laugh.
I know, but we do try to keep this podcast such that we are bringing people in, not alienate them.
All he did was just now, Terry, was he voiced a very human thought.
I'm a human.
There are a lot of human thoughts that should be kept to oneself.
And this was one of them. But the reality of it is that ultimately that's all he did.
Because
a thought came to his head and he said it out loud.
She's a peculiar looking woman.
When you see her talk, hold on, wait till you get a close up here.
Michael Dell, he looks so funny too.
Hold on, let's see. Here she comes.
He's trying to look. It kind of looks like Mark Cuban's younger brother.
Do you see her eyes? It's so bizarre. She's cartoonish, and she didn't always look like that. She's got have you heard of the term MAGA face?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That I have heard of. Christy Nome.
Why do you keep moving the microphone so far from your mouth?
Because when I have it here, it like hits me.
Okay, well, hold on.
I know,
watch this. Watch.
He's gonna impress you here.
I understand. You saw
Hold on.
It just dropped. Okay, thank you.
He just wants the people to be able to hear you.
Yeah, I mean, it is part of an important. The audio is an important part of this show.
I would say that
anyway,
I would go maybe 98% of the importance is the audio.
Now imagine giving away $6.25 billion and no one says a word about it other than what happened to your wife.
What happened to your wife?
And it's almost deserved in that you gave away so much money.
We're not good people.
No,
we're not good. As a society, we're not good people.
Where nobody should have $6 billion.
That's true,
that's
but we're not good people. We're not
especially
good people.
not to give away.
Well,
that you don't
for
need
any reason. It's crazy. There's not enough stuff in this world that people really need to have a decent
Or
life.
even want.
What if it were totally up to you and you could pick the amount that nobody could have more than X?
Oh,
how much money? I know.
What it is. The capitalist emeritus system.
Yeah, but what is your
I think,
cap?
what I really think is 50 million.
Oh, that's
I would
nuts.
go up to, why not? You can't live
Because how are you going to buy a good
with,
plane for that?
well, you shouldn't then.
No,
you shouldn't.
listen,
Then planes, you know what? Then planes wouldn't be $50
Right, but you
million.
destroy we've at some point deal with the world as it is today.
Wait, everybody in this world, if you're not incentivized to make up to $50 billion, then
it's not that.
What?
It's that if nobody had more than $50 million, it would destroy the economy because there are so many things based upon people having more money than that. So I think it would be too disruptive.
You know what? No, I think.
See, I don't really have a problem with people making.
Yeah, the question, audience chat, is, if it were up to you, what is the most amount of money any single person or married couple or family or whatever could have? I think it's unrealistic to listen. I'm not saying you can't live very well on $50 million.
Really?
I think you can make a go of it. That's not what I'm saying at all. What I'm saying is I just don't think it's realistic for where we are already today.
No. What's realistic for where we are today is just what we have. That's what is realistic.
So, for instance,
today. There's not going to be any changes.
I think you could back it down to $1 billion today without crashing economies.
I don't think you need to. I don't think you'd need to. I think all you have to do is just say, in any given year, once you cracked over $100 million in a year, that 90% of it is taxed. And then you fund the government with it. So you don't stop people from building and growing and innovating and investing. Yeah. But in a particular year, once they go over a certain amount, it's a really high tax rate.
The most you could make for $50 million, it was 50. You would just lay in bed all day? That's not enough incentive to get you out and do what you need to do?
Wait, are you saying you can make $50 million in a year, or you can have a net worth of $50
million? Now, $50 million, and if you go under in a year, you can then earn back up to $50 million. And to be honest with you, I'd go to $100 million. All I'm saying is
very gracious.
That's so much money.
I'm not saying it's not.
I mean,
I'm just saying it'd be hard to take that step.
No, it's impossible to
societally.
take that.
But why would you even? But what would you do? You're
right.
not taking away. You just tax.
You take all those things and push them. We'd have free health care.
No, but you can't
Stephen,
confiscate
I'm
somebody
getting
else's
harassed
property.
by our producer. I can't look into the camera because of the conversation. You got to move the
that's
camera.
The mechanism is raising the taxes, right? That's the way to do it.
Okay, then make it.
That's right. And then it'd settle down eventually. But like, for instance, when you have Jeff Bezos, with the amount of money he has, and you look at how many people who work for Amazon who are on government assistance,
right,
how is that legal?
Inexcusable.
That's insane.
That's inexcusable.
We are basically, the government is paying Jeff Bezos.
I don't know why we talk about corporate taxes. If I were running everything, I would tether all tax breaks to certain things like, so you're Walmart, your tax rate's 40%. But if you provide health insurance to 100% of your employees, then we're going to make your tax rate 30% instead of 40. In other words, why are we not tying the tax breaks to, same thing with economic disparity? We know that economic disparity is the single biggest problem that we have in this country. It's where everything else flows from.
Right.
So why wouldn't you say to a company, listen, if you can demonstrate, not the owners, but that your highest paid employee makes no more than 50 times your lowest paid full-time employee. If you fulfill that ratio, you get the lower tax rate, the corporate rate.
And that includes stock.
But if you don't hit that ratio, you pay a higher corporate rate.
I agree.
And in this way, we have the money to fund
That's the problem.
I understand, but you got to realize that the real reason we don't care about poor people is that, we don't care about them because we feel there's a certain, not spoken often, but a view that people that are in poverty is saying more about them than bad luck. that there are people that don't have the wherewithal, they don't have the drive. You know, it's. I'm just saying,
what?
You're never going to get Jeff Bezos to give out. Let's say you said to Jeff Bezos, you now have $60 billion. You're going down to $100 million.
Right, that's the problem. You can't do it. But I think by taxing, that regulates it over time.
If you
but
want
back
to do
to poverty.
20 years, if you say to get people where they should be.
Yeah.
I mean, none of it's going to happen.
Back to poverty.
I take it.
I think you're right in that some people don't care and think that people just aren't working hard enough.
Yeah.
But the thing is, they do care. They complain about it all the time. Oh my gosh, there's so much homelessness. Oh my gosh, there's so much crime.
There's so much crime.
All
They
of
are
that,
complaining about it.
They're
Exactly.
complaining
They
nonstop
complain
about it. And it's fixable. Homelessness is a different problem than just strictly poverty and crimes
It's a lot.
that,
mental
that
health.
are created
It
by
is.
poverty. But
they're
crimes
all-
created by poverty are a much bigger problem than homelessness.
Okay, but it's all I'm saying.
And it's
is
fixable.
We don't have enough stuff. You can see what it's doing. It's destroying our society from the inside. You know, when you deal with so many people that can't, that's why we have
Oh,
Trump.
shit.
You know, because
We're not getting political. What we got?
honey, we've been political for the last.
you worried
half
about-
Oh, no, I'm okay. We moved that meeting to next week.
No. We have been political in some ways, but I think when we start being critical of specific politicians, I'd like to stay away from that.
Critical of all politics because the Democrats are much better, but they're not good. I mean,
They're horrible.
nobody does anything to really
They're
solve
horrible.
anything.
They're criminals. They're terrible. And I'm not. And I used to think that they were slightly better. I am of the belief now.
I think they're much better, but I think they're not good enough.
There are
by
no
far.
across the spectrum. In fact, I will say this: I am at a point where I'm not sure, and I am disgusted by myself even saying this. I don't know if I'll vote in the next election because I don't know that I can in good conscience vote for either party.
And that's why what we have is what we have.
Well, no,
If
I've never not
everybody-
voted.
I'm
Are
just
you
saying,
kidding me? And
if a lot of people did not vote last time, and that was plenty of votes to change the.
right, but I'm not voting as a protest vote. I'm protesting because I legitimately cannot envision, or I'm sorry, I can legitimately envision, and I don't know who the candidates will be. If there's a candidate that I think is better than the other, I will vote.
Okay.
But I legitimately right now cannot envision between the two major parties having a candidate that I think one is actually better than the other.
Wait. Okay. See, never mind. I mean, we step up to a line.
Yeah, I don't
and then
know.
I don't want to go further.
Yeah, I'm
That's
not
right.
because honestly, we don't know what'll happen. And I
don't know what'll
listen. I
happen.
think you probably will vote, but I think that the bigger sentiment you're expressing is
If
just
you-
a total lack of,
I'm
satisfaction.
hoping to
Of
vote.
course,
I'm
How
hoping we
much
have.
money would that free up? Do you think?
What?
If we had a law saying, pick $75 million, that's all you could
How
have.
about this? We don't even need that, honestly. If you said you can have $5 billion, how much money would that free up? Trillions, I would assume.
Well, all I'm saying is,
it would solve the debt.
But you'd still have billionaires, and they're not like normal people.
That's true.
You know what? Not only do they spend a lot, but you know what they do? They're people that have come to the conclusion that they're better than everybody else who doesn't have that
well,
kind of money.
because in a lot of ways they are.
Well, they're better.
in terms
they're better
of what
at
they.
one part of their lives.
No.
There's
I'm not even
question.
talking about making money. I shouldn't say better than, but certainly more powerful than. The things that they are able to do is virtually limitless. I think, honestly, a bigger solution to our problems, more than taking money away, more than increasing taxes, is just public financing of elections. If you could run for president
There's no
and
question.
there were no super PACs,
and
it could be,
and look
you can
at-
spend
look at
$5
it-
million
look at it
on
this
your
way.
campaign, not $1 more than the
That
other
makes
person.
Total sense. If an alien came down and looked at us and say, you let people who
Yeah.
can influence you give money? Isn't
Yeah.
that unfair? I mean, we can't even do that.
It would also, it's the reason we only
It's
have
so-
two parties.
it's too-
It would
it's-
create
it's
more
so
parties.
corrupted. It's so corrupted.
Because it's all about money and power. It's not about doing anything
but
for the people.
Just let me finish my thought on billionaires. I think that they all believe they know better than everybody else.
Well, everything in their life reinforces that.
Okay. So, and I'm saying, and they don't.
No.
You know,
I like that scarf. You're right, Terry.
You know what's
I like
funny
the
about
scarf.
this scarf?
let me say.
I'll tell you the story of this scarf.
Oh, I have a scarf very much.
It's a nice
like
looking
it.
scarf.
I love this scarf. Let me tell you where I got this. I'll spare you how.
You stole it.
No. I'll spare you how I became
Stephen.
a diamond member of the Accor hotel brand frequent whatever program.
What hotel?
ACCOR. It's just
Accor?
Accor. It's like Marriott Bonvoy. It's just a brand of hotels.
I don't think it's like Marriott though.
No, he means it's a
first of
brand
all-
name in hotels. It just happens to be one we've never heard of.
And it's
You've heard of their properties.
Probably.
Yeah,
Nobody's ever
I don't.
offered me
They
Name
own
a
the
property.
Fairmont
Beautiful.
hotels.
Okay,
They
all
own-
right,
they
I
own
know the Fairmonts.
They own Change Sofitel, I think, is one of their brands. You've seen it.
heard.
Anyway,
Okay, go
whatever.
on.
It doesn't matter. And it's not all
So
high
they
end.
gave
They have
you the
nice
scarf
ones.
because you stay there a lot.
No.
You needed a scarf.
So
They lent you one.
It was when I became
stole
a
it.
diamond member. This
sent-
was the thing they sent me, right?
What do you think that's worth?
I'll bet it's actually
That's
worth.
a nice
I bet
scarf.
it's $150.
No, I bet it's 30 cost, whatever. It's funny. Just the other day, I ChatGPT'd what it was. Just yesterday,
What it was worth?
it was made of, because I'd like other scarves like it. Anyway,
And what was
so
it made
I
of?
Dacron? No, the big thing is like viscose or something.
Viscose.
So oil. That's like oil.
It's a synthetic, whatever. It doesn't matter. So I become a diamond member. They
like
send me.
communists,
They
so we
send
can
me this
stop anything.
gift, and I love it. I wear it a lot, and I lose it.
There's a
think.
piece of lint on it that you want to take care of. It's up a little higher. It's
How many
red.
times
Yeah,
do you
it's
lose
messing
your
up
phone
your.
a day?
None.
Never.
Anyway,
Really?
so
Never
I
lost
thought
my
I
phone.
lost the scarf.
I mean, temporarily.
Never lost
misplaced?
my phone.
I
So it's in my pocket or right next to me.
go to eBay.
Yeah.
And I look on eBay, and lo and behold, somebody has one that they don't want, and it's unworn. So I was able to replace it from eBay, and then I found my other
Wait,
one.
and let me ask
now
you
I
this. So
got
now you have two of them. Let me ask you this. When you replaced it, cost you $30?
I think 20.
Wait a
So
second.
why'd you call it a $30
I was
scarf?
thinking the cost. I think it's
why were you
probably
on
a
eBay?
30.
$20 scarf.
In the first place.
I'm on
Looking
eBay
for
every
the
day.
scarf.
See, you were looking to buy a used scarf.
Because he lost it,
I
and
lost
he thought
mine.
somebody
I
else must
understand,
have gotten the
but
gift.
the one to replace, you were going to get a used scarf.
I'd rather have a used one.
It's not like a tampon.
You what?
He's got a point. I'd rather have a used one than not have one at all. But as it turns out, it was new.
Well, but why couldn't you just buy a new one?
Because it was a gift from 2 years ago.
I thought it had a
front
I thought it had a brand name.
Oh my God! Can you do me a favor? Can you lift your arms above your head?
Did it have?
Smile.
Does it have a brand?
Curl
name?
your tongue.
Does it have a brand?
Oh, it's the brand of the hotel.
Oh, okay. It's an.
Did you hear the first part of the story?
No, I didn't.
I feel
know
like you
about
weren't
that.
listening.
No,
I think he's doing this to you on purpose.
I think
No,
so.
no,
This,
no,
you
I
know
don't
what? You
believe
know
that
what
it
this
was a
is
scarf
actually?
from the hotel.
I know what this is.
This is a poorly written Abbott and Costello bit.
This is rage baiting.
Oh, let me tell you something. That is what should win the Time Magazine Person of the Year.
I think it was actually Webster's Word of the Year, wasn't it?
Was
is-
it?
what is-
rage
what is
baiting?
rage
That's
What you
every
just did.
every
No, you're doing it. It's what you
every
just
single
did.
thing you see on the internet that is designed to get to make you mad so that you feel that impulse to want to respond to it is rage baiting. And they do this because every algorithm on every social media platform is all designed. They don't care about integrity. They don't care about value. They only care about how many seconds you can keep somebody's attention. And so, as a result of that,
Doing something to make somebody angry.
It's like
anything.
used to
It's
be
not
called
just a
just
comment. No.
clickbaiting.
I'm going to give you some. No, not clickbait.
Rage bait is the
Rage bait.
2025 Word of the Year chosen by Oxford University.
And they
Press.
picked the right one
Yeah.
because that is the one. And it's not just a comment like, "Who do you think the most despised person in the world is?" And it's designed, they know what people are thinking. They want you to get it.
Right.
What do you think it's going to be like the day? And all of these little comments to do it, but it's not just comments. It's intentional mistakes so
Yeah.
that they'll say Liam
That's
Neeson,
right.
but they're showing a picture of Lance Henriksen so that somebody's like, "That's not even a picture of
Yeah.
Liam Neeson. That's Lance Henriksen."
just trying to get you to argue. Trying to get you to engage.
Because, and the only reason is because then the algorithm says that their content is good.
Yeah.
And they show it to more people, and they get bigger audiences and they monetize. And it's like there has to be a qualitative component to the nonsense that we are being served 24/7. Because confusing me, first of all, I live in a world of people where nobody likes math. Nobody likes it now. Nobody liked it in school, and everybody for the most part sucked at it. And yet, how many times in your feed are there just little math problems that are testing whether or not anybody paid attention to Please Excuse My Dear Aunt Sally, and they do it correctly or they do it wrong? And I'm like, now you're choosing to do math? Like, there are thousands of comments that people choose. You couldn't, their math teachers must be turning over saying, I couldn't get you to complete one freaking assignment, and now you are voluntarily trying to do a math problem and getting it wrong?
You should have seen the look on their faces.
Do you see the rage?
I had a meeting with, I don't even remember which kid, one of my kids' schools. And I don't remember what we were talking about. We were with the teachers, and I was frustrated with a few things. And one of the things I said that they didn't seem to agree with is, and I sort of believe this, I don't even know why they teach math, quite honestly, in schools anymore. I don't, because I get it 100 years ago, 50 years ago, or even when we were in kids. There is now nothing, you don't need that. The AI has taken the education system that was already archaic and made it bordering on irrelevant. And if they don't shift soon, this world's in a lot of trouble. And one of the other things, if I were graduating college or giving advice to somebody graduating from college, don't go to graduate school. You enter graduate school next year, there's a very good chance that your education is garbage because
obsolete
it
by the
will
time
change.
you graduate.
Yeah,
That's
instead of going to graduate school, you should go to a school and learn how to make a fire.
You know what? I don't disagree.
There's a lot of truth.
Or how to trap animals.
There's a lot of truth in what you're saying.
In schools now, they should teach you to be good human beings. They should teach you a language. They should teach you life skills, and they should teach you an instrument. If you taught them those 4 things, be good, be a good human, learn an instrument, learn a language, learn how to cook, learn how to sew, learn life skills, learn how to swim.
What does it?
Learn how to build up good credit.
And how to use AI. You taught them those 5 things. That is the best school you could go to. What they're teaching. Who the hell cares about dinosaurs and clouds? You're going to Google it anyway. Nobody's going to remember it.
What about algebra?
I don't know. I don't know any algebra.
What was the original reason to teach algebra to everybody?
Here's what I think it is.
They thought
it has nothing to do with algebra.
Make you learn.
No, it has
how
nothing.
To be inquisitive.
No, it has nothing.
Or maybe it could have taught logic.
That's
how a logical mind works.
I think it is training your mind for other things.
Problem solve.
You know what it's like? Yeah. It's like lifting weights or doing certain routines if you're a football player or a track runner or whatever. You're not lifting weights for the sake of lifting weights. You're lifting weights so that you are faster on the football field.
It's like Daniel's son, wax on, wax off.
Something like that.
Yes, it waxed the floor, but that wasn't the ultimate
I think
purpose.
we have...
it was to build the muscle memory for...
I think we've said it all.
We've said a lot today.
Yeah.
I hope all of you watching.
I think this might have been our most engaging episode.
I think it's our most intellectual.
It was interesting. I was actually interested.
There were a few times that I didn't look at both of you with rage.
Yes, and there were even a couple times I didn't look at you guys with disgust.
That I didn't want to take a plastic fork and drive it into
I think it's because we haven't been able to film in a couple of weeks, and we had a little build-up.
Everything for
we had build-up.
What do you people
We
want
had everything.
From us?
You know what? Let's just end. They asked us to rank the sandwiches. I'm going to give you my ranking. Don't let me throw off yours.
And then
number
leave us
one.
Alone.
Number 1 for me, chopped cheese sandwich.
Me too.
Number 2 for me, the Italian combo. Number 3, the meatball, and number 4, the chicken salad, which was still very solid.
Yeah. I'm going chopped cheese. I'm going meatball. I am going chopped cheese, meatball, chicken salad, Italian.
Okay, and Terry?
I do meatball, Italian, and then I do the chicken
cheese
salad last.
Oh, what about the chopped cheese?
Chopped cheese is third then.
In third.
Okay.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Well, folks,
I don't even remember.
What did you learn today? You learned that they must have some pretty good sandwiches because we all sort of
and that
had a different ranking.
Taste buds are different.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that.
Different strokes for different folks.
Around.
Yeah. I'm out.
Head out.
Bye-bye.